4 days. We put this little thing together for you. It's called Double Knit. It's kind of a retro themed, as you can tell. It's kind of a 60s, 70s, and that's the 1960s and 70s for you young folk. That's where it's kind of taking place in some of the music from that era. So some of you may feel these tunes are familiar, and that's why. We are in the middle of learning how to take care of our props as an actor. So we're waiting for two young ladies to come back because they had to go pick something up that they left somewhere else. So we've not only been learning music and dance and acting, but we have been learning about what it means to be a part of something that's bigger than you as a production. And those are lessons that sometimes are a little hard to learn, and sometimes we make mistakes, so that's okay. That's part of the learning process, and that's what we want to do. We want to learn how do we become a part of a theater production, and what is our responsibility to ourselves, and what's our responsibility to the group at large, because there's always something that can go wrong, and so how do we help to fix those things? They've worked fantastically as a group, and I'm very proud of them for that. So, are we good? All right, awesome. So I welcome you. I am Denise McNew. I've directed drama camp all week, and I've had the delight of being with your children for quite some time. Yes. Sure. Okay. So, Bert went off the straw. But I do want to give you a little bit of a reason why you might, even you kids, might want to be a part of a drama production at one point or another. Okay? Because I know a lot of you do sports, and that's cool, because then you have a team, right? And you got other people you kind of like work with and are part of they become like a little family, right? Your team becomes like a little family. Well, it's the same way when you're doing a drama production. The rest of the people that you're working with become a little bit of a family because you're spending so much time with them. And you know what happens in families, right? Sometimes you get along, and sometimes you don't. And so we have to learn to get along with each other even when we don't feel like it sometimes, right? That's what families are about. And it's kind of what we're going to be talking about in our show today, is how families sometimes just don't get along, right? But that doesn't mean that we don't love each other. You know? You can still love somebody and still have differences. And that is okay. It's okay to have differences. It's not okay to be mean about your differences. Right? So it's okay to think differently. It's okay to do things differently. It's not okay to be mean about it. So we're going to see what happens with some of our families in our show. Of course, all of our families in the show are from the Bible. It's funny how God put that in there, huh? I guess he kind of knew. Our families weren't always going to be perfect. And that's okay. So, what did the kiddos learn besides singing, dancing, and acting? And some of us are better at some things than others, and that is okay too. All right? Sometimes we find our strengths and our weaknesses while we're doing this, and that's good. Because then we know what we need to work at and what we're really good at and can lead, right? So there's a difference. And then they've also learned little things like, what do you do about props and costumes? What happens if you touch somebody else's stuff? I'll tell you what happens. You mess things up for the entire show. And I'm going to just tell you a little story about something that happened to me. Once upon a time, I was doing a show. I've done lots of shows. But once upon a time, I was doing a show. And there was a lady who needed to bring out a folder onto the stage. And she put it in a very special place backstage because she knew she had to run off, pick it up, and run back on. And so she ran off to get her folder, and it wasn't there where she had put it specifically. Because why? Somebody else had moved it. Because they wanted to sit on that chair.
So they said, oh, there's a folder on the chair. I just gotta take that folder off and put it over there. And then they sat on the chair, and then they got up, and she came off to get her folder, and it wasn't there. This is why we don't touch other people's props. It's not important, we don't touch them. And so I got the job. She said, I only trust you. And I said, oh, great. So I stood backstage for the rest of the performances, which I think was like maybe 3 other performances, holding her folder so that when she came backstage, I just handed it to her. So we solved the problem of the chair because we thought, somebody else might do the same thing. So anyway, lesson is, we don't touch other people's props, and we definitely don't touch other people's costumes, because if we get food on their costumes, or drink on their costume, or heaven forbid you have a cut and you get some blood on their costume, we don't do that. Okay, so we're learning all those kinds of things. What stage left is, what stage right is, what downstage is, and what upstage is. Did you know there were directions on the stage?
Yeah.
Oh, now you know. Yeah. So we had to learn all those things. We talked about when you are facing the audience to deliver your lines, even though you may be talking to somebody who's over here. If I talk like this to that person, you're not seeing something very nice, are you? No. So when I talk to that person, I want to talk to them like this. And I want to stand open so the audience can see me. So we have to learn about that too. So there's a lot of little things, and that's just the tip of the iceberg that we had to learn. Spacing and dancing. We're still working on that. That's okay. That's much more complicated because you're moving. You're not just standing in one place. So knowing what a window is, when you're between 2 people, so you're between the windows so people can see you out in the audience. You're not hiding behind somebody. You're over here instead. Lots of little things. So I know it may not look polished today, but I do assure you they have learned so much and they have worked so hard. They memorize their lines. It's so awesome. 4 days. So I'm very proud of them. All right. I think have I stalled long enough? Is it 3:10? I don't know what time it is. Excuse me, please. What time is it? Oh, wonderful. All right. And so, cast its places. I didn't hear the stage right. Places. Beautiful. All right. And that's something that goes on behind the scenes, just in case you didn't know that when you're in a show. Someone will tell you the time. They'll say 5 minutes to places, and you say thank you 5. And then when they say places, you say thank you places, so that they know that you've heard as a stage manager, which I'm the director of stage manager. I don't know what I'm everything. I'm everything today. Okay. And I also have a part. I also have a part today because somebody was not able to make it today. So I will be reading their lines. That'll be fun. Okay. All right. Without further ado, my technical will stop chatting. All right. It is time. We're going to get started.
We are talk about this afternoon.
There are lots of kinds of families these days. Biological families, extended families, blended families, and adoptive families. But we're all knit together in one way or another.
However, since the beginning of time, families have had their differences.
That's for sure. Even in the Bible, there were brothers and sisters, siblings that didn't get along at all.
And tonight, we're going to meet some of those siblings, but pretend they lived in those wonderful, crazy, double-knit decades of the 1960s and 70s.
And that is why she's dressed that way.
To tell stories and help us all to discover how we, as children of God, are knit, double-knit together.
So, here we go!
First up, Jacob and Esau.
They were brothers, twins actually, and they were as different as night and day.
Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and you are not.
Hey, cut it out, Julia. Your dad made me sing a song, especially when grandpa's around.
You're just jealous.
Jealous of what?
Jealous because Mom likes me best.
Yeah, and that makes you a mama boy.
Well, at least I'm not a Bohemian gorilla.
I'm not well, whatever you said.
You don't even know what Bohemian is.
Whatever it is, not as bad as a mama boy.
Okay, just because you are 5 minutes older than me does not make you the boss of me.
Yes, it does. I get family inheritance and our father's blessing.
So?
So that makes me the boss of you.
I'll flip you for it.
What?
Heads I gain the inheritance and tails you lose it.
Okay, fair enough.
Sucker.
Heads, you get it. Tails, wait a minute, you're trying to trick me, Jacob. Not as dumb as I look.
You're right, Esau. You're not dumb enough to fall for that trick. How could I have been so blind?
What is that?
This? Oh, it's just a Wendy's combo.
Combo? Did you size it?
Large
Frosty?
Yep.
Hey, can I have some?
Oh, no, couldn't do that. Sorry. Oh, wow, these fries are still hot.
Just a fry, just one.
Nope, can't do it. Can't spare you a fry. Sorry.
Trade.
Trade.
Yeah. How about the hunting knife that I gave you?
No.
The bow and arrows that I got for Christmas.
I couldn't use it.
So what will you trade for?
Something you have that I want.
And that is?
The inheritance.
What?
Well, as the oldest, and you're 5 minutes older than me, you gain the rights to the largest share of the family estate.
But I couldn't.
Oh, well then. Oh my goodness, they put extra cheese on this double.
Okay, you can have it. Take the blessing and the birthright. I don't care.
Here, enjoy.
Now, there were some sisters along about that time who had their differences too. Leah was a nice girl, but rather plain, as they say.
And her younger sister, Rachel, well, she was always the belle of the ball.
It's the dating game. Let's meet our two bachelorettes. First, Leah, the older sister. She can cook, make her own clothes, and has a great personality. Next, Rachel, the younger sister. She is the pretty one who can have any man she wants. And now let's meet our eligible bachelor, Jacob, son of Isaac. Here we go. Bachelorette number 1. If you were a flower, would I want you in a bouquet for my desk?
Definitely. You know, I'm often referred to as a flower.
A wallflower.
And some people say I have a wild aroma.
Thanks. Bachelorette number 2. If you were a statue, what would you be made out of?
Pure marble, flawless, smooth, beautiful, chiseled to look like a goddess.
Thank you. I got the picture. Bachelorette number 1. Please complete the column. Roses are red, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet.
Sugar is sweet. I never use shampoo. It dries out my hair.
I see. Bachelorette number 2. If we were to go on a long walk together, where would we go?
Into the sunset, just me and you, hand in hand, together.
Wow.
So, Jacob, who will it be? Bachelorette number 1 or number 2?
Well, Bachelorette number 1 does sound nice, but I'm going to choose Bachelorette number 2.
So you guys know what that means. Bachelorette number 2. Come out and meet your date.
That really happened in the Bible story.
Yeah, except that Jacob actually got tricked into marrying the older sister, Leah.
And it caused a lot of problems in that family. In fact, the rivalry plagues them all the way into the next generation.
Welcome everybody to the Sibling Rivalry Support Group. It's all relaxed now, nothing to be afraid of. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Now, shall we start? Let's start with you.
Me?
Yes, you.
But,
Come on, don't be shy.
okay. Hi, my name is Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
Now, Joseph, tell us why you're here.
I'm here because it's my brother's.
Tell us about your brothers, Joseph.
They hate me.
Now, can't be that bad.
Yes, it is. They threw me in a pit and left to die.
How terrible.
Okay, now understand, Joseph.
Okay, so it started with my dad giving me this gift. A gift?
Yeah.
And
My brothers hate me because my dad gave me a coat.
did he give them a gift too?
No, but it wasn't that big of a thing.
Doesn't sound like something they hate you for.
I know, but now I found out dreams.
Dreams? What dreams?
Well, it was like this. There were sheets of blue, 12 in all, 11 for each of my brothers. One of them was for me. The 11 bent low to the ground and we bowed down to mine. They stars and moons.
We all know the story. Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery and then lied to their father about what happened to him.
Well, that was the time that sibling rivalry really got out of hand.
It had a happy ending, really. saw his brothers again and forgave them.
Now later on, there were two brothers and a sister who seemed to always be in a struggle for power.
Moses! I should have left you hidden in the bulwarks just when I had the chance. Mom! Miriam said it again.
Now, you two, why can't you just get along?
Moses is always in my room. He just stands there right in front of my aquarium trying to part the water. He's so weird.
Hey, Mom, I got my report card. See? All A's. Nick plus public speaking.
Oh, that's nice, Aaron. Want to see how good your brother's been in public speaking? I must go show your father.
Honk! You're just jealous of my girl public speaking classes.
That's a stupid song. Yeah, right, Moses. Like you're ever going to talk to Pharaoh. Maybe I will. Someday. Yeah, right. The Nile turns to blood. Like that'll ever happen. Come on, Aaron. I'll help you with your homework. Pharaoh. He is so weird.
Then, in the New Testament, there were some sisters named Mary and Martha who obviously had some issues.
Mom, Mary never helps me around the house.
And then there were two brothers, Simon Peter and Andrew.
Jealousy, greed, self-interest.
Mom, Pete's telling everybody that he's gonna
plagued us since Eden, and they're still happening in the family of God.
Sisters and brothers jealous of each other's leadership, greedy for power, and just wanting to have their own way.
We're not talking about perfect families.
Good night, Moses.
Good night, Aaron.
Good night, everybody.
Because you know what? There's no such thing as a perfect family.
But since we are a family of faith in Christ, we actually should have a stronger bond than other families.
We are bound by flesh and blood, but not our own. We are knit, double knit, by the flesh and blood of our brother, Jesus.
Which makes us brothers and sisters, all in a loving relationship with our Father.
And so, we ought to be in a loving relationship with each other.
There's